Hey friends, welcome to our little corner of the Webernets. My name is Vicky and I will be your host as we talk about patterns. I took a break from the Fox and Owl Dye Lab and I may have fallen into a tiny little rabbit hole in Ravelry. You know, the kind where you blink and suddenly it's 3 hours later and you've mentally started 12 new projects. Anyway, I picked out some of my favorite knit and crochet patterns to share with you. Cozy, creative, and just a little bit dangerous for your yarn stash. We've got quick wins, wearables, and a few "this might take me 6 months, but I am emotionally committed" projects. Let's get into it. Quick and cozy projects, aka weekend projects, or I need a win projects. Let me share my screen with you. All right, let's start with our quick and cozy projects. These are perfect if you want something relaxing, low pressure. Let's start with Pebble Beach Dishcloth by Lauren Brown. Open it up here for you so you can see. This is just the free Ravelry page, just to show you what we're looking at here. Isn't that just the cutest little dishcloth? I think they are almost too fancy to wash dishes with, but not quite. They did this with cotton yarn, Aran weight, 5.5 millimeter hook, and comes out to be 8 by 8 inches. So perfect for those great little washcloths that you want to make. Have by the sink. Our next one is Dishcloth in Seed Stitch. This is another nice little easily worked up dishcloth. If you are just beginning crochet or looking for a pattern that is, like I said before, an easy win, these are for you. Works up quick. This one's free, very nice. Also in cotton and a fingering weight. Used a US 2.5. Comes in English and Swedish for those who are needing alternate languages. Our third pattern is the Dahlia Hat. Is by Jonathan Tallow. Look at this hat. It is stunning. They have done it solid with, looks like a little bit of a variegated yarn for the contrast color, but I could totally see doing this with a variegated yarn in the background and a solid over the top. That would be absolutely stunning. They used a DK weight yarn and US 4 and US 6 needles. Not a lot of yardage needed. Comes in multiple sizes: newborn, baby, toddler, adult small, and adult large. English and Swedish. And this one, let's see, this one is gonna cost you a little bit, but $7.31. So if you are a prolific hat maker, that would be a great one to add to your stash. Our next pattern is the Buggiflooer Hat, or Beanie, excuse me, by Allison Randall. There you are. I saw someone knitting this at a little knit shop near where I live. They are down in Bennington, Vermont. The King's Knitwit, if you want to check them out. A couple of cool guys who own it. And this young lady was in there knitting this pattern. I believe it was this pattern. And it looked so beautiful. I came home and instantly tried to find it, and I think this is the one she was working on. Jamison and Smith 2-ply jumper weight yarn. Let's see. They did it in fingering weight. It's available in English. I cannot wait to get this one cast on. This one's perfect for those cooler days when you need a little something on your noggin, and spring is here, but in Vermont, it is still a little bit chilly out there. So we are going to move on to section 2, socks and small wearables. Okay, so I see you, sock people. I know you love your socks. I have, as you can see, a bunch of socks. I'm So Basic socks by Summer Lee are our first ones. These are easy socks. So contrasting heels and toes and cuffs. So you could do a variegated yarn like she's done here, or the body of the sock, or you could swap this around and do your fun variegated yarns for your cuff and heel and toe and do a solid in the middle. You can do whatever you like. They're your socks. This one's a free Ravelry download and light fingering. This one's a knit pattern. Used US 1 needles, 300 to 400 yards depending on the size. So that one looks like a fun, straightforward knit. The next pattern is the Wild Garden Sock Collection by Carly Perrins. Look at these little guys. Again, the variegated yarn with the solid toes and heels and a little bit of texture in there. So pretty sweet little socks. These are in light fingering, US 1.5 needles, 3 sizes available, and this pattern will cost you a couple of dollars, but I think it would be well worth it. Next we have the Irish Dream socks. Oh my, these are lovely. I have had these in my Ravelry bundle for I don't even know how long, probably as long as I've been knitting. They are absolutely gorgeous. The pattern, and especially this yarn that they chose for it with this rainbow blend in there, but you can also do them in 2-color, or you can change it up and do the background as a solid color and the contrast color. Do that in a variegated yarn. Amazing options. There's a shorter pair there, super cute. This one just took the top band and did the rest of it in solid. So again, the socks are your own. Make them however you want. You are not limited by the pattern. Do not be convinced by anyone that you have to follow every pattern exactly. These are from Drops Design, and they are in fingering weight, US 1.5 and US 2.5 needles, multiple sizes and multiple languages, and they are free. Love a free pattern. Our next pattern is the Lozenge Cowl. This one is by Raging Wool, and look at that, it's a great honeycomb pattern. I know it's not socks and it's still wearable, so we stuck it in here with the socks because it's kind of tube-like, like a sock. This one, can you just imagine this with a kind of along the lines of that Irish Dream sock, but if you did this with black and then variegated yarn in between the honeycomb, oh, this could be so amazing. It's absolutely stunning the way she's done it, but just, you know, a thought. She used sport weight yarn for this, US 5 needles, 1 size fits all, and it comes in English. So that one's sure winner. We're gonna move on to section 3. I have not done this one yet, but Petite Knit is known for her beginner-friendly patterns. All the information is in her pattern. Super easy, super straightforward. And look, Ma, no sleeves. You can just knock this out and not have to worry about drumming up some sleeves later. The other thing is this one's perfect for spring. Over a little blouse, or even once it gets a little bit warmer, no blouse underneath, just the vest would be adorable. And that's how she's got it there. This one, she did yarn held together, so DK plus lace, yielding an Aran weight yarn, US 8 and US 7 needles, multiple sizes, very size inclusive. Thank you for that, Petite Knit, and comes in English and 9 other languages. This one does cost you a few dollars. Let's see the conversion up here, about $8.11. So not terrible. That one would be a fun knit. And did I mention it was beginner friendly? Our next sweater is the Home Sweater V-neck by Kadri, I believe is how you pronounce that. And this one looks like you would wear it with a pair of leggings. Looks like tea and rain and cozy vibes. I just want to wear this all the time. It looks so cozy. I love the pictures. And it's got a little, you can see the little cut right there on the sides. So it's not pulling on your hips, which is nice. This one, she used a DK weight yarn and 3 different needle sizes, 8, 6, and 5. Comes in English and 6 other languages. Between 900 and 1,564 yards. And it'll cost you $6.50. I think I'm definitely gonna have to knit that one this spring. The next sweater in our bundle is the Ethereal Sweater by Carol E. Herman. This one, again with the honeycomb pattern. Look at the gorgeous honeycomb, starting out with the rib at the top and then going into the honeycomb smaller and then larger as she gets down lower in the yoke. So pretty. And I love that she chose the pale gray and then the variegated yarn in the back. And there's other versions of it here as well. The white with the plum. Beautiful. Let's see. This one was done in fingering weight and US 4 and US 3 needles. 1165 to 3205 yards. And she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different sizes available, written in English and Spanish. So lots of good options there. This one will cost you a couple dollars, $7.50, but would be a lovely springtime knit, I think. Our next one is the Alaska Sweater by Camille Descateau. She's also done a hat, the Alaska hat, and started with that, and then she made a sweater out of the same pattern. And of course, I love the purple because that's my color. But I love the bottom hem pattern with the trees. I think it is absolutely stunning and gives it a little bit of something different that you don't see in every pattern. She has used DK weight yarn and US 4 needles, English and French. And this one's Canadian dollars, so $9.50 Canadian. I think this would be a fun knit, and I think it's just really, really pretty with the trees on the bottom. Okay, next we are definitely going in for summer. So I have been eyeing this pattern for so long. We go up to Maine in the summer, and we're on the coast, and lobsters are a thing in Maine. I don't know if you've heard, but they're a thing. This Lobster Sweater by Whitney Terrell captures Maine and Cape Cod beautifully. Red, white, and blue, perfect for summer. Look at the lobsters. They are so adorable. Ugh, I want to knit this one. This one she did in sport weight and US 4, US 6 needles. 1,500 to 3,800 yards, depending on your size, and she is super size inclusive here. So tons of sizes available in English, and this one will run you $10. But I think this would be the perfect summer hang out by the coast sweater for those days that are just a little cool and you need a little something to cover up. And I think I saw in the projects where someone had reversed this and done blue lobsters. Blue lobsters are a thing. And so if you did the blue lobsters with red stripes, that would be super cute too. Again, it's your sweater. Do it how you want. Now, because we are on the lobster kick, I have to do one more lobster sweater. This lobster raglan, oh my gosh, it is so darling. Look at this. I could see my mom in this sweater so easily. She would be just adorable in this. With the blue lobsters and the white, it looks so classic, very old school, old money. Is that, I think that's the term the kids are using these days. They did it with multiple colors. I love all the different colors on this. The yellow and the purple, oh, so cute. And look at the red with the aqua, wow. This one is, they did it with Cascade, okay. In a sport weight, US 7 and 6 needles. Very size inclusive also, 10 different sizes. It's done in English and it is a bottom up in the round sweater. Yep, this one's definitely gonna get done this summer. Oh, can't wait. The next sweater I have for you guys is the Rorosaurus Rex. Where is she? Here she is. Oh my gosh. Granddaughter, look away. I don't want to share this with you yet because I want to knit you this sweater so badly. It is so cute. This is the best girl power sweater I have seen in a while. Perfect for those little girls who are all about the roar, as our Raya is. This one was Aran weight and US 8 and US 6 needles. Lots of sizes to choose from. And I bet you could probably figure out how to extrapolate this up to an adult size if you worked on it a little bit. Available in English and Swedish. It is in Tarja. I have not done in Tarja, so I'm about to learn very quickly because I need to do this sweater for her. So $8.43, workable. We're gonna move on to Eleanor Mortensen. I love her patterns. She does some amazing, beautiful color work patterns. This one is her Against the Current tee. And again, nice little t-shirt for spring going into summer. And you can see the one little fishy who is headed the wrong direction. So if you are one of those go against the flow types, this would be a great sweater for you. I think they're just adorable. Everybody has kind of put their own little stamp on it. This one's with 3/4 sleeves. I think that's fun. T-shirt, long sleeve, all kinds of options here. Let's see what she's done here. We've got fingering weight and US 2.5 and US 4 needles. Size inclusive, all the way 7 sizes. So that's super handy. English and 4 other languages. This one will cost you a couple of bucks, but again, I think super fun summer sweater. We're gonna dive into one more petite knit sweater. This one is the Ivy top from Petite Knit. She did this one with yarn held together, fingering plus fingering to give you DK weight. And look how lovely this is. I believe she used a silk. Yep, Knitting for Olive pure silk. And it just has this lovely drape for summer. I could see this with a blazer for date night or a skirt for midsummer. It's so simple, so wearable. Another one that needs to go on the needles. Now, let's talk about the patterns that made me stop scrolling and go, okay, wait, I need to make this now. Unlike all the other ones that I need to make. So, the book snake. This is the most genius pattern ever. Look at how cute he is. Can you see this? Eating up all of your little bits of yarn from leftover projects. He's so perfect. And you can make him as long as you want. It was designed as a book reading marker to count all of the books that she read. But you can do it for anything. You could do it as a temperature snake. You could do it as how many runs you've been on, how many walks you went on with your bestie. Worsted weight yarn, and she used US 6 needles. And the yardage, I would say, is based on whatever you have around the house. And this pattern will cost you $5, but I think this is one of the best $5 you'll spend all summer. I think he's so cute. Our next pattern is the Elliptica by Linnea Ornstein. These socks are just stunning. They are so cool, so modern, so arty. Can you not see these with a pair of Birks? They would be just perfect for the cooler days of summer. And her patterns, if I am not mistaken, are knit sideways. And that's how we get these beautiful little bubbles, if you will, of color. She used fingering weight yarn for this, US 2.5 and US 1.5 needles, and 2 sizes available in these. So I know I am a 40, Euro 40, so I would be in the large. And they come in English and Swedish, $9. We'll get you this pattern. But if you are not familiar with Linnea Ornstein, go look at her patterns. She has some absolutely stunning patterns that are just very arty, very different, very funky and cool. I highly recommend her. Next we have this Stia sweater. I think it's Stia? I am not sure. Here she is. This one by Natasha Hornby is just another beautiful knit. I can't say enough about it. It's got a little V-neck, and the pattern just, it reminds me a little bit of peacock feathers. I love the way it just lays out and accentuates the form. Lovely sweater. Let's see, what yarn did she use for this? She used fingering and US 3 and 2.5 needles. So this is not going to be a quick knit. This is definitely that you're in a relationship with this sweater for the summer kind of top, but I think it would be just exquisite to knit that. Now, a little fun, a little levity in here. My Knit Monster Amigurumi Gumi. I can't. Amigurumi. There we go. By Amy Gaines. I think he is so hysterical. You can pretty much take him and run with him any which way you want, in terms of color, in terms of, instead of the circle, if you want to try and do a square there for his eye, or whatever makes you happy, you can make him your own. His pattern is only $3. They used worsted weight wool for this, US 4 needle, but I don't think gauge is really going to be too horrendously important. So you could probably do him on just about any weight of wool you wanted to, or whatever yarn you have kicking around. He would be super fun. All right, my last pattern for you. You have made it to the end. My last pattern. I have not forgotten my crocheters. I got away from you there for a while. But look at this. The Happy Potamus. The Happy Hippo by Heidi Bears. I cannot stand how cute he is. I mean, I love my emotional support chicken. I truly do. And I've knit a bunch of them. But I think I need a Happy Potamus in my life. I am going to have to work on my granny square making. I am in love with this hippopotamus. She used sock weight yarn for this and 2mm hook, and it comes in English. This one is 5 pounds 50. I can't get enough. Oh, he is so cute. How can you not have a better day just looking at the emotional support? I'm going to call him the emotional support hippo. I'm probably not supposed to do that, but just wonderful. All right, That was a very dangerous trip through my Ravelry favorites. Let me know in the comments, which one would you make first? And more importantly, which one are you telling yourself you'll make soon? If you enjoyed this kind of cozy pattern roundup, I can totally do more. Seasonal picks, beginner bundles, or even patterns that I regret starting at 2 a.m. Put your pick in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Happy knitting, and may your yarn stash always have room for just one more skein.